Yes, indeed. I mean, I like that sports girl.
Yes, you are, aren't you? The 400 of AIT.
Yeah, the sports girl. All right, I'm here to actually, like you said, a lot happened in the build up to the weekend, and a lot is going to happen into the weekend. It's just so much for football lovers out there to look forward to, basically.
Yes, indeed. So let me yield the floor for you. So
All right, indeed. Good morning and welcome to KAKAKI Sports. Like Akoli said, it is Friday, and Friday we try to wrap things up and make you, anticipate what the weekend is going to look like. So that is what we're going to be doing right here on the section of sports here. As we begin the conversation this morning with a victory, early morning victory from Nigeria's Flying Eagles all the way in Chile, playing the Under-20 FIFA World Cup. Yes, the Flying Eagles grabbed their first win of the campaign against Saudi Arabia. One would say is expected, but a win is a win, regardless of who is the opponent. Yeah, and I'm not here alone this morning. I've been joined by a very vast guest who talks about, when you talk about football, you are definitely mentioned Justice Ali. Justice Ali, good morning and welcome to KAKAKI Sports.
Good morning, Simbi. I can hear you clearly.
All right, and finally. I was saying, unmute yourself so I can hear you. But now, quickly, won the game against Saudi Arabia this morning, 2 a.m. this morning, maximum point. Your thoughts on them and what you think will happen going into the competition. Their next game is against Colombia, and they've lost the first one against Norway. But now they've clinched these 3 points against Saudi Arabia.
That was a massive win for the Flying Eagles. They were unfortunate to have lost the very first game against Norway to that early penalty. They did all they could to get back into the game, but it wasn't just their day, and that was how they lost that one. And going into this one, from the back of the fact that they have beaten Saudi Arabia twice in this tournament in 1989 and sometime in 2000s, makes it, gives them a psychological edge over the Saudi Arabians. And just yesterday, they were able to do it, winning 3-2. The captain Bamiya said that they'll do all it takes to rake up all maximum points in that match. And fortunately for him, he was the one that took the 90 penalty. That's
got the victory. Yeah. All right, indeed. Optimistic. They are going to go more than the 2005 finish in the competition. They finished as runners-up in 2005.
That would be certainly a very high standard for them. That 2005 team that had John Mikel is one that Nigerians do not forget in a hurry, because I think that is one of the best outing in this tournament. This is their 14th appearance in the tournament, and using that 2005 appearance as a bar for them might be asking too much from them, because, of course, I will tell you, Simbi, Nigerian football has not been in good shape in recent times, but let's be optimistic. You never can tell. Just when you don't expect much from a team, they could go all the way to just make it happen.
All right, quickly now, let's touch on the Champions League. Of course, we saw that matches went down during the week, being a build-up to the weekend. Now, Victor Osimen's goal is what was actually the talk of the town for match day 2. Your thoughts on this? How does it make you feel as a Nigerian, making history in that manner for Galatasaray?
This is one young man I feel so much for, He's not had it very nice with the national side. He's a brilliant talent, You see that he has had so many struggles with his club side, former club side Napoli, before making it to Galatasaray. And that goal that on the night against Liverpool is a very massive one for him. He could have almost scored more, because he had 2 other chances where he broke it from the defenders. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't shoot past the goalkeeper to add 2 to that penalty. That would have made it a hat-trick for him. And coming against English champions Liverpool, that was a massive win. Also remembering that they lost woefully in their very first match in the match they won of the Champions League. So that was a very massive win for Osihmen and Galatasaray. And so many people are saying he will not survive playing in the English Premier League. Osihmen just proved them wrong.
Beating the champions of the English Premier League, I mean, that's a huge statement. So I don't buy the idea that he won't survive. But I don't know what you think about it. You said many people, but what do you think about it? Do you think he will survive in the Premier League after that showpiece?
Definitely. Before now, right back there at Napoli, we saw Victor Osihmen as a player, as a striker who is very, very strong. I mean, he is a handful for defenders on a normal day. So I don't see reasons why anyone would think that a player with so much energy, so much pace, so much area presence, and all the qualities that he embodies as a striker will not make it in the Premier League, when there are other strikers who are not even as good as he is already thriving in the Premier League. So for me, I think Osihmen will thrive in any league. in the world, including the English Premier League.
All right, that is a true Nigerian right there, and expressing the Nigerian spirit and Nigerian support for his fellow countrymen. Hopefully, Osihmen gets to move to the Premier League, and we'll see that this, optimism of yours comes to fruition. But now let's move from that, the Champions League, of course, to the UEFA Europa League. It also went down yesterday, and these were the results. Yes, I mean, which one did it for you? Let me just ask you openly. Which one did it for you, basically?
Well, most of the English sides right there in the Europa League, I think it's just too early for me to say which of them will make it to the finals or will go all the way. But then we saw them conquer the league last season within both the conference and the Europa League. I'm not yet convinced about any of them for now. Let's just watch as things unfold. As the tournament progresses, we'll find out whether they'll be able to do the exploits they did last season or not.
All right. Hopefully, the English Premier League will show why they are known as the most talked about league and perhaps the best in some quarters league in the world, and show dominance in the Europa League this season. But now also let's talk about fixtures that will go down over the weekend. And talking about the English Premier League now that you rightly pointed out, let's now move to fixtures that will go down over the weekend, during this weekend, in the English Premier League. Yes, an early kickoff will be see Bournemouth face Fulham. Then on Saturday, there's Man United against Sunderland, Leeds United, Tottenham, and your Arsenal will be up against West Ham. Chelsea there against Liverpool, a very tough one would say, on late Saturday. So which would you classify as the super, match for the weekend? Will it be Chelsea and Liverpool, or Arsenal and West Ham?
This is the Chelsea-Liverpool game. In the past 11 meetings, Liverpool have beaten Chelsea thrice. Just their last meeting, Chelsea triumphed over Liverpool by 3-1, and it's been 7 massive draws. So something tells me this might also end in a draw, going by the trend. But then I would like to say this is a tale of two teams that are struggling at the moment. Very unconvincing for Maresca's side, Chelsea. They are not good defensively, and for Liverpool, I think they're also having defensive crisis as well. The presence of Virgil van Dijk actually has not really changed much. They concede easily, and I just see two teams who are going to be very careful not to lose going to the weekend. But then somehow, if you want to give it to any team on the weekend, we will be giving it to Liverpool.
All right, let's talk about your Arsenal now. Arsenal, West Ham. Arsenal has been, seen as one of the teams to win the league this season. Are you sure about that? Are you confident in your team that they will definitely win the season? Looking at their antecedents, even in the Champions League, even in the league as it is at the moment.
Saliba are rock solid. Then the fullbacks in Timber and Calafiori, fantastic. I think Arteta has just gotten that team that he needs to compete on all fronts, because Andre Beta was able to find him players. He has perfect. I see Arsenal as a team that has 22 players. There's no player on the bench in that team. So with his squad rotation, he's always able to come up with the first starting 11 that will compete with any team.
Hopefully the season is still young and still new. Match day 7 on the way this weekend. But now also let's touch on the Nigeria Premier League. Match day 7 as well will be on the way this weekend. And we know that Ramos Stars showed gave Nigeria some sort of hope on the Champions League stage, getting that maximum qualification to the next round to face Mamelodi Sundowns. But now they are back into the league, and this is match day 7 fixtures. Bender Insurance against Nassau United. Ramos Stars, Nigeria's champion, will be up against Wiki Torres to wrap up fixtures for match day 7. Quickly, your thoughts on the result, on the fixtures?
Remo Stars, Wiki Torres, it's a match to watch. Remo Stars, we know what they did last season. They came, they saw, and they conquered. So all eyes on them to see what they're able to turn out this time around in the Nigerian Football League. And then it's a different ball game where you're playing in the Intercontinental tournament, also playing at home. So it will have its so on the players. We shouldn't forget in the hurry, this team do not have much experience when it comes to Intercontinental tournaments. And being able to manage that as well as playing the Nigerian Football League might be so much to ask from the team. But then we just hope and pray they are able to hold their own and go as far as they could, as far as the Continental tournament is concerned.
Oh, right, indeed. Matches to look forward to over the weekend. And if you're a football fan, of course, you have the English Premier League and Nigeria Premier League definitely to feed your eyes with, and lots of other leagues across the world. But then, thank you so much, Justice Ali, for making our time to be on the show this morning.
It's always a pleasure.
Even despite the hitches we had earlier, but thank you for making our time.